Chapter 3, Section 4, Multivariate Analysis. Up to now, we have seen multiple perspectives and measures for univariate analysis. Next, let's see methods for multivariate analysis, including bivariate analysis. A cross-tabulation, also called a crosstab for short, displays the relationship between two or more variables. A horizontal series of cells are called rows, and a vertical series of cells are called columns. So, this is the first row, and this is the second row, and so on. And this is the first column, and this is the second column, and so on. And to represent the dimension of a cross-tabulation table, we usually use a notation of row by column. If the table has m rows and n columns, we can call it m by n table. So, in this case, the cross-tabulation table has 3 rows and 4 columns. So, we can call it as 3 by 4 table. In a typical cross-tabulation table, the rows classify a variable by categories, and the columns display the frequency or percentage of another variable for each category. This table shows the number of male and female employees working in each company. The rows represent the company name. Here, the company name is a category, and the columns represent the number of male and female employees. Here, gender is a category. Usually, the total number of observations for each row is written in the farthest right column. As we can see, Company A employs more women than men, and the Company B employs more men than female, and most of the employees are female in Company C, and so on. If we want to display the relationship between two numerical variables, we can divide them into classes. Here, the term numerical variable is interchangeable with quantitative variable. Here, we have data of students' study hours and exam score. If we want to display the relationship between study hours and the distribution of exam score, we can divide those variables into classes with appropriate widths and set them as a row and a column. When we assume a causal relationship between the variables, we usually put the predictors in the rows and the outcomes in the columns, respectively. When we investigate the relationship between two numerical variables, we can use scatter plot. A scatter plot is useful to visually grasp the relationship between two variables. Later in this course, I will explain scatter plot in more detail. Cross-tabulation table is usually used for bivariate analysis. By stacking the row in hierarchical structure, we can create subcategory in each category. By doing so, we can create a cross-tabulation table to investigate the relationship between 3 or more variables. However, including too many variables in cross-tabulation table is not good because it is too complicated to understand. Up to now, this lecture have dealt with central tendency and variability. Summary statistics contains shape and dependence also. These will be covered in the following lectures. Let's summarize the points of this chapter. First, EDA is essential for deeper understanding of data, which is necessary to implement the following analysis properly. Second, we can use the various measures of central tendency and variability for EDA. Each type has strengths and weaknesses. Finally, cross-tabulation is a basic method for multivariate analysis. It is especially useful in bivariate analysis.